I've shared a dressing room with kids the whole world was scared of. Players who walked in at 17 with the weight of a nation on them. But I only saw it happen once. A room full of grown men, world champions, the best player on the planet sitting right there, and all of them went quiet. For a boy who barely spoke above a whisper. He was 16. He didn't trash talk. He didn't celebrate. He didn't even look you in the eye in the canteen. But on the grass, he did something to the best footballer alive I've never seen one player do to another. He left him with no choice. By the end of that session, the king of the game had quietly started giving up his crown. This is the day a 16-year-old showed no mercy. Let me tell you who was in that room, because it matters. This wasn't a youth team. This wasn't a trial. This was the best club side on the planet. World Cup winners in every corner. Ronaldinho at the absolute peak of his powers. The man who'd just been crowned the best player on earth. Around him, Samuel Eto'o, Deco, Xavi, Carles Puyol, men who'd won everything. Men who ate pressure for breakfast. You did not walk into that dressing room and get respect. You earned it. Or you drowned. And then the door opened, and in walked a boy, 16 years old, tiny, so quiet you'd forget he was there. This kid had a secret most people never knew. As a child, his body had stopped growing. He needed daily injections just to reach a normal height. His family couldn't afford them. Barcelona paid the bill, and they sealed the deal on a paper napkin. That's who walked in. Not a superstar. A shy boy who'd been small his whole life. The grown men barely looked up. They had no idea what he was about to do to them. The first session tells you everything. It always does. When a kid joins the seniors, the veterans test him. Not with words, with the ball. They speed it up. They close him down. They let him know, quietly, that he's not one of them yet. Most boys freeze. Their touch gets heavy. Their head drops. This kid didn't freeze. This kid went hunting. There was a striker in that squad, named Maxi Lopez. He was there. He saw it with his own eyes. And years later, he tried to explain what the rest of us felt that day. This kid was 16, and he could hold his own against 30-year-olds. He had such strength, such speed. Think about that. 30-year-old internationals, men in their prime, and a 16-year-old was brushing past them like they were cones. The strength was the part nobody expected. He looked fragile. He wasn't. He'd take a hit from a grown man and just keep going. The speed did the rest. And then came the moment the whole squad started watching. A keepy-uppy circle breaks out. The kid starts juggling, tricks no teenager should have. He flicks the ball up, balances it on his head, and throws Ronaldinho's own hand sign right back at him. You could almost hear the question going around that pitch. Who is this kid? One man wasn't asking. He already knew. And he was the one man in that room with everything to lose. Ronaldinho had seen talent before. He was talent. The best version of it the game had ever produced at that moment. So when he watched this boy, he wasn't admiring him. He was measuring him, the way only the best can measure another. And what he saw scared him a little. You could tell, because Ronaldinho turned to his teammates. Not the press, not a camera. His own teammates, in private. And he said the words a reigning king is never supposed to say. This guy is better than me. Let that sit for a second. This was the best player on the planet. That same year, he'd win the Ballon d'Or, the actual trophy for the best footballer alive. And he was telling the people closest to him that a 16-year-old had already passed him. That's not jealousy. Jealousy hides the truth. This was the opposite. This was a champion too honest to lie about what he'd just seen. He had no choice. The talent was too obvious to deny. You can argue with a rival. You cannot argue with that. And the boy who left the best player in the world with no choice? You already know his name. Lionel Messi. Here's how you know it wasn't a one-off. It wasn't a nice thing said in a good mood. Because Ronaldinho said it again, out loud, in public this time. He won the Ballon d'Or in 2005. The whole world telling him he was number one. And asked about it, he didn't bask in it. He pointed somewhere else. I'm not even the best at Barca. The best player in the world just told you he wasn't even the best in his own dressing room. That's how good the kid was. That's how early everyone who mattered already knew. And the rest of the veterans saw exactly what Ronaldinho saw. The whole squad felt the hierarchy shift under their feet. A torch was changing hands, and here's the part that gets me. Ronaldinho didn't fight it. He held the door open. 1st of May, 2005. Barcelona against Albacete.
Ronaldinho to Messi. Will he get that first goal for Barcelona? Remember the name, Lionel Messi, at the age of 17, scores his first goal for Barcelona.
The kid comes off the bench. 3 minutes later, Ronaldinho gets the ball. He looks up, and he doesn't pass it to a fellow star. He chips it, soft and perfect, over the defense, straight to the boy. Messi takes one touch and lifts it over the keeper, his first ever goal for Barcelona, the youngest scorer in the club's history at that time. But the goal isn't the moment. Watch what happens next. Messi runs to Ronaldinho. He jumps onto his shoulders, and the best player on the planet carries the boy across the pitch, holding him up to 70,000 people. Think about what you're really seeing there. A king, lifting his successor onto his own shoulders, showing him to the crowd, carrying the very kid who just made him admit he was finished as number one. That's the picture. The most generous surrender in football history. I've watched a lot of handovers in this game. Most of them are ugly. The old one clings on. The young one shoves him aside. This one was different. This one was love. So let me answer the question I opened with. What does it mean to leave someone no choice? It doesn't mean you humiliated them. There was no nutmeg, no cruel skill on a scoreboard. The footage isn't the point. Leaving someone no choice means you were so good that even the best player alive couldn't lie about it. You took away his ability to pretend. That's the cruelest thing talent can do to a great man. Not beat him, convince him. That's what I saw in that room. A boy too shy to speak, who made the loudest possible statement without saying a word. The veterans went quiet. The king gave up his crown, and nobody had to be told why. And the strangest part? I've seen it happen again since. A different boy, a different number 10, a kid named Lamine Yamal, walking into rooms full of grown men and doing the exact same thing. Real recognizes real. It always has. The men at the very top see it first. They see the future before the rest of us are ready to believe it. And every single time, they have no choice but to step aside. If this story pulled you in, there's a darker one waiting for you. Because not every football story is about a king handing over his crown gracefully. Some are about a man who burned his club to the ground, then somehow rebuilt it from the ashes. We tell the full story of how Mikel Arteta destroyed Arsenal, and then revived it. Go watch how Mikel Arteta destroyed and then revived Arsenal. It's on screen now. And if you want more stories where the people who lived football tell you what really happened, subscribe. That's the whole channel. We'll see you in the next one.